Alright, what's up, guys? Jet Rod here. Got the green t-shirt on. Team Green. Tell me, comment, whatever. What color do you think this is? What color comes to mind immediately when you see this? To me, it was green. To my wife, it was blue. One of my best friends said my eyes must be fried. I don't know what that means. What could I have done to fry my eyes? I don't stare at the sun. I'm not colorblind. Anyway, first thing I saw was green. And a couple other people said that too, but for the most part, people say blue. I'll show you one more time. I know it's an aquamarine, aqua blue. I know it's considered a blue when you look it up, but it's right between blue and green on the spectrum. It's right there in the middle. So, which is where we're at with our lifting. I was sick for a week, and I didn't lift. I'm going to go lift later on this evening. After the wife gets home from the brother-in-law's birthday dinner. Happy birthday, cuñado. Feliz cumpleaños, cuñado. Anyway, so the winter weather is coming as well. So this is going to be my last lift until I start the 8x8 that we've been talking about. If you're new here, we've been kind of talking about what's next for me. I'm not an influencer. I'm just documenting my lifting. I enjoy making shakes. Anyway, I'm trying to say what I have to say in less than 5 minutes. Today is the last day I'm going to be lifting before I start this program. And so I'm just going to find a sweet spot of 80% of my 1 rep max for each movement, which is harder to calculate because some of them I only got to a 3 rep max. I didn't try to 1 rep a neutral grip lat pull down. What is that? You know, you just one time. Now let's get 3. You know, 2's even too little. Anyway, so today I'm going to go through the neutral grip lat pull down, the slight incline, wide grip, high bar bench press, the bent over barbell row, the unilateral dumbbell shoulder press, and the super cleans and presses. It's for the... Anyway, we're going to do that today. And then the next time we check in is going to be this program right here, okay? The Rodopolis 8x8. That's the Vince Gironda's 8x8 Honest Workout, the Jet Rod edition. Rodopolis. Might even make a Rodopolis t-shirt. I think it might be cool. Anyway, here's the program. Rodopolis 8x8, 15 to 30 seconds of rest between each set. Every set in group A and B are supersetted. That means you do a set of 8 of wide flat bench press, immediately move and superset with dumbbell French presses for 8 reps. Rest for 15 to 30 seconds. Continue. Do that 4 times. That's 8 sets of 8, but it's 4 sets of 8 of each movement. So A is going to be, group A is a chest and tricep movement, immediately followed by a back and bicep movement. Group B is going to be back to a chest and tricep movement, followed by a back and bicep movement. I have my own philosophical lifting reasons for doing that. Anyway, group C is dumbbell shoulder press, reverse dumbbell fly for the rear delt, and then Vince always did it like this, allegedly, and so I'm going to do it this way. For my legs, I'm just going to do squats, and then I'm going to do deadlifts as well for 8x8. But both of those are going to be strictly 8 sets of 8, or just 64 reps. I might do a giant set. We'll see. I've worked with some giant sets before. Okay, we're doing this 3 times a week for 6 weeks, depending on how I'm feeling about it. At the end of 6 weeks, at the end of that period, I will either continue in the same vein, or I will move on to a different volume and a different program. We'll see what's happening. I've done giant sets before. The last time I did a giant set, somebody said, my buddy Randy, he said, get the barbell, get the squat bar, and do 100 reps. He said do 100 reps with 45. So I thought he meant put 45s on. I put 45s on, did 100 reps. Sent him a picture before I did it. And he texted me. I read the text later. He said, did you just do it with the plate on each side with 135? I said, yeah, yes, sir, I did. He said, I just meant to do it with the barbell. And I did the 100 reps. I got to the 70 or 75th rep, and I was taxed out. A lot of rest pauses to get to 100. I think I probably went to 105 reps. But I never racked the weight up. That's the point of the giant set. And your rest pauses can't be 20 seconds, 5 or 6 seconds. Shake the legs out and go. He said you're a monster, and to me, I'm not a monster. It's a mindset. Somebody maybe would hear somebody say use 155 pounds, and they made the mistake of doing it. Or if you just went ahead and did that. If you're in the mindset to do it, you can do it, okay? If you believe it, you can achieve it, is what they always say. And it's true. If you shoot for the stars, you'll hit the tallest of mountains. Okay? So, for the diet with this, last point here. For the diet, it's a steak and eggs, high definition diet. So, steak and eggs or any red meat and eggs, like a veal or something. And I'm going to supplement a shake in between each meal. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That'll be early morning, midday, later in the evening with a shake in between so that you're still getting your feed in every 2 to 3 hours, okay? Carb load every third day, every third supper, which dinner, supper, same thing, mostly. So day 1, day 2, day 3, carb load. For me, I'm going to use complex carbs, and all my supplementation is going to remain the same. My supplements are, I supplement iron, B complex, CoQ10 twice a day, vitamin C I take about 1,500 milligrams per day, and we're going to do, nothing's going to change on the supplements because I believe I get plenty, so keep taking my CoQ10 and everything. If you're going to follow along and do this, I suggest you at least take a multivitamin and definitely take the C, but I'm not going to tell you to take the other stuff. I'm comfortable telling you, if you're a man, take your men's. If you're a woman, take your women's multivitamin and take at least 1,000 milligrams of C, vitamin C a day. Anyway, like and subscribe. We're moving on. Be safe out there in this winter weather.